Alright guys, welcome to Unit 10, Day 1. I am trying out this kind of new method at home of making videos for you all. So I apologize in advance. I'm getting really nervous about something messing up along the way. So instead of one big video, this one lesson's probably going to be about 4 videos. I wish you could see what I've got jerry-rigged right now to hold my iPad, but I've got about 7 different textbooks, some DVDs, and a ruler going on, so this is not very stable. So I hope it doesn't just collapse in the middle. Hopefully I'll be able to do something a little more permanent later, but we'll see. So Unit 10 is all about solutions, and solutions are absolutely critical to chemistry, but we've never even talked about them before. Usually with Unit 10, I do a lab that everyone works on together over a period of several days, almost a week. We obviously can't do that this time, so Unit 10 is probably going to be very short. Like, we'll finish it next week. Who knows how we'll pan out the end and a test and everything like that. Maybe we'll get an update on how long we're going to be out. But for now, we're just going to carry on with Unit 10. I'm going to work through our notes just like we would normally do in class. So I've uploaded a file, probably a PDF of the notes that I'm about to work through with you guys. So if you want to do some sort of dual device, if you don't have a printer at home, or you want to get the PDF and kind of have it up on your phone while you watch this video on your iPad so that you can see the stuff that's going on. I don't care how you do it, but I'm giving you both of them to work with. Some of you guys might even like to screenshot or something like that as you go and we fill it in. Whatever works for you. I'm not picky and I'm not going to take up your notes. So whatever you do is what works for you, and that's about it. So since solutions are the topic of this unit, we need to first define what a solution is. And a solution is a homogeneous mixture. Oh my goodness, my handwriting's terrible. Oh, hold on. I'm sorry. Like I said, jerry-rigged. Kind of weird. So homogeneous mixture, if you remember all the way back from probably Unit 1, that's a mixture where you can't see the pieces. Everything is together, you've mixed it, and it looks like one brand new thing, and you cannot see the original pieces once it comes together. For example, if you had a salt solution, you would have your salt and you would have your water. When you mix it together, you don't see salt and water, you just see your salt solution, okay? Now, every solution is going to be composed of 2 different parts, called a solvent and at least one solute. Now, these sound very similar, but you have to make sure that you don't get them confused. The solvent is the substance present in the largest amount. And typically, we have what we call aqueous solutions, which means that we have a solvent of water. So when we were just talking about our salt solution that we would have, we mix together salt and water. Of course, when you have a salt solution, you have a lot more water than you did salt, so water becomes our solvent. The solute is the substance or substances that are dissolved in the solvent. So in our previous example, that would be like our salt. Our salt goes into the water, there's less salt than there is water, so salt becomes our solute. Now, one more example for you. A glass of lemonade, something that you wouldn't think of as a solution in a chemistry context, because we're probably not going to do any labs with it, but it is a solution nonetheless. When you think about a glass of lemonade, you can break it up into solution, solvent, and solute. Now, play along with me, pause the video for a second, and make some sort of prediction about what you think the solution is, what the solvent would be, and then what the solute is. Okay, So the solution is the final thing once it's all mixed together. So of course the solution in this case would just be our lemonade. The solvent is also pretty easy to think about. When you think of everything that goes into making lemonade, like a lemonade stand, the thing that you have the most of is water. Again, like we said, that's considered to be a universal solute. Universal solvent. It happens more often than not to be water. And the very last thing is our solute. Now, I don't know about you, but solutes can be taken in different ways depending on what kind of lemonade that you're making. You might be making like the Country Time powder from a yellow jar, in which case that powder would just be your only solute because that's the only thing that you are adding to the water. But we're going to take a more traditional route and make some homemade lemonade, which means that we've got lemon juice, which could be a solvent. We've got sugar. That could be a solvent. And if we wanted to add some sort of mint or blue raspberry or something to our lemonade to kick it up a notch, those would also be solutes, okay? You can only ever have one solvent. Only one thing is going to be the biggest amount. Everything else goes into it, and those will always be your solutes, no matter how many that you have.